In case you clicked on this video and haven't heard, there's an upcoming WINX Club reboot. As a child, I remember watching season 1 of WINX Club and loving it, except the monsters in the finale. For some reason, those guys scared me, but not anything in Digimon Tamers. I only watched halfway through season 2 and then never picked the show back up. But don't worry, I have watched summary videos to fill the gap. We got a teaser for the reboot already, and I'll be honest, I'm not against the 3D style. I've seen people complaining about that and the girls' fashion being more modern, but it's a reboot. Things can be different. It's a magical fairy world, they should dress how they want. But there was a design that I agree was not the best. My cat has to leave the room. Hey! Come on! Wanna leave the room? Go. Get out of the room. Alright, I'm back from the cat break. Here's a quick summary. Aisha is great. I love this design. Bloom is good. She got her bell bottoms, but I don't like the pink they put on her. Musa, Tecna, and Flora are okay. There's just some parts of their designs that I personally think need changing, like Musa's odd swimsuit thing that she wears under her crop top. And then there's Stella. Oh dear. This is the reason I'm making this video in the first place. Now, Stella isn't the worst design ever, but her color palette is not doing her any favors. She already has lighter skin, so using a pastel yellow for not just the hair, but the clothes and eyeshadow is just too much yellow, and the pastel pink doesn't help balance it. So, for a quick video, I wanted to sketch out my ideas for their current outfits. This won't be a full-on reimagining since the series isn't out yet, but I will be sketching 4 of the WINX to be fair. When the show does come out and we get to see everyone's fairy forms, then maybe I'll do a follow-up and redesign those. We will just have to wait and see. But for now, here's how I would tweak the designs of Bloom, Stella, Tecna, and Musa. Okay, just to emphasize this, these are supposed to be design tweaks. Except Stella, she is a redesign. So I am not going to change the other designs too much. I'm simply adding or changing things as I like. So you can see me doing some sketches right now. I originally did a version where I was trying to do like less sketchy, or I don't know how to describe it. I was just trying to do it in my regular style that I do, but it didn't look good. The poses weren't very dynamic, so instead I went for this. So when it comes to like WINX in general, I don't have too much memory of like how I felt about the series when I was younger, but the way I feel about it now is it's interesting. I get why people really liked the show. I get why I liked the show as a kid. I thought it was cool. I remember getting on Roblox and there being that one WINX Club, not like they rebranded into like that Royal High game, but I played that crap all the time. I thought it was so fun to become a fairy and to fly around and stuff. So there being a reboot, I think that's cool. You know, I mean, this show has been continued, sometimes rebooted like a few times. Like I said, I saw a summary video. I've listened to what happened to the series, and honestly, like, the 3D style, I think, looks a lot better than how some of the characters started looking in later seasons. Like, they were looking weirder and weirder, dude. As far as we can tell from the teaser, like, it looks like they're going to be changing up the pilot episode a bit, but for the most part, it might be similar to how the initial pilot was. I'm not sure. But I am interested to see. Like, I'm very open to, like, changes and stuff when it comes to reboots, if that wasn't apparent by my Dragons and the Nine Realms video. Like, I don't care that something is being rebooted. What I care about is how it is written. I think if you reboot a series and then you don't give it good writing, then it's gonna come off as a cash grab, you know? People are gonna think, wow, this is weird. But if you are rebooting this genuinely because you want to see the series come back in a more modern fashion, that's great. I really like that kind of stuff. Because no matter how much you liked something, it might not be something that is wanted by the current target audience. Target audience is very, very important for stuff. And if you're not a part of that, you don't have to enjoy it. Even if you're in the target audience, you don't have to enjoy it, you know? But I do. A lot of the time I do end up being in the target audience for stuff. But yeah. So in general, I had the most difficulties coming up with ideas for Stella, ironically, because I wanted to keep it in the same general idea for whatever her design in the reboot is, but that was quickly changed when I actually thought about, okay, what kind of clothes would she be wearing? I tried to look at older and newer designs and eventually decided I'm just gonna redo their designs from the reboot and I'm gonna see where it takes me, you know? I didn't want to change too much, I just wanted to, like, have fun with it, do a little silly thing while the show is still being made. Like, I do genuinely have stuff I like about each design. I really like how Bloom has, like, the little stars on her bell bottoms. I like her shoes. I like that she has a kind of jean jacket to balance it out. What I don't like is the pink and the fishnets for some reason. I don't know why she has fishnets. I think it looks a little awkward on her design, and the pink just isn't my favorite color for Bloom. I know that in later seasons they kept putting her in a lot of pink, but you know, she looks better with like her light blue or orange, which you'll later see I did end up going with orange. But I did want to keep the stars. I thought the stars were cute. There were some extra details on her that I did cut out though. Like, it's hard to see from the reference photos that I got, but like at the very bottom of her pants, there's like spuds, I think. And then the design of her pants also has like some intricate stuff going on, which that's good. Like for 3D, you can do whatever you want when it comes to like adding extra little details, because that isn't gonna like murder an animator to deal with. But when I was redesigning her, I realized I don't think those are the most necessary thing on the design. Like, you could take them away and no one would probably notice unless they're like zooming into the bottom of her pants. As for her hair, I love drawing hair. Hair is like one of my favorite things to draw, especially because I like to use very blocky shapes and a lot of curls and stuff, or at least what curls look like in my style. But for Bloom specifically, I really wanted her hair to look like fire. You know, they kind of have that going on with the design, but something I've noticed in like every version of Bloom is that her hair, it looks like it was cut at the bottom, you know? But I always thought it'd be cooler if her hair kind of like narrowed out at the bottom so it looked like a flame. I really wanted that, so that's what I incorporated into my design after I tweaked the hair a bit. So when I was doing the body sketches for the characters, I knew that I just wanted to like do a sketchy quote-unquote style, but I didn't realize until I was already designing them, that's just how I draw normally. I hate doing line art, so what I do is I just clean up the sketches so it looks nicer. And if there's a part of the sketch that looks really messy, like usually the hand or the face, then I might do a little bit of line art and then erase what's underneath it so that it looks cleaner. But yeah, so the characters ended up looking a lot cleaner than I thought they would, but that's good, you know? Better for video quality. As you can see, I did give Bloom a pendant initially. I wanted to give her a necklace, but then I realized, oh, I should probably change that to something else because it wasn't looking very good. And I don't know what's going on with Kiko. I see that they are a book. I'm guessing like a diary or a journal, but I thought it would be neat if I gave her a key instead, so that could be like to open up her journal, you know? She had a little key to open it up. I thought that'd be cute. Anyways, on to Tecna. I do genuinely like Tecna's design. I think it is very good. I just don't like how shiny her outfit is. I think it's I guess she's supposed to be like the tech fairy and stuff, and her outfit has definitely changed a lot, but I don't think it has to be like super reflective, you know? And for me, like my personal tweaking of the design, I did keep like the general shape of the skirt. I love her skirt. I think it looks really cool. I like it. But I also decided I'm going to start I'm going to give her gloves, because it took me a bit to figure out, like, oh, what kind of fingers are gonna be open or inside the glove. I wasn't sure. But I like what I ended up going with at the very end, you know? It made her feel more protected. Like, that's the thing about me. If a character is designed and I think, oh man, they look like they need more, like, clothing on them, I just add gloves or like leg warmers or something. I don't know why. I just like the way they look. I think they're cool. And I like gloves. Gloves can be in so many different shapes and sizes that, like, it's a good default, I think. As for her hair, I wanted to go with the longer in the front, shorter in the back. It took me a little bit to figure out how exactly I would draw that, but I like how it turned out. I wanted her hair to be, like, parted off on the sides. It gives her a very, I don't know, kind of like a sleek, but also, I don't know how to put it into words. I just like the way it looks. I like the hair. It took me a little bit to figure out the colors, though. That's the thing. Whenever I'm designing characters, I always come back later on to fix or tweak the colors a little bit. Like, you don't see that in the footage because it's all recorded, but it took 3 days to get these designs done because I kept stopping, going, making sure I had my ideas, and then I would come back later in order to, like, tweak the designs or tweak the colors a bit. And overall, that's just how I design characters in general. Doing these characters in one draft was... this is supposed to be a quick video, but when the reboot does come out, I would like to give some of these characters a second shot, especially because one of the most important parts of designing a character is their personality. Like, I was just going off of what I remember from the initial show, but it's a reboot. Their personalities could be very different that we wouldn't know because we just have a teaser right now. So that's why I want to, like, give it a go again for especially, like, Musa and Stella, because I was just redesigning them based on aesthetics alone. Like, I didn't have any personality stuff to go off of. I didn't know what direction they were going to take them in this version. So for now, I just have to wait and see what happens. But as for Musa, like I mentioned earlier, the swimsuit thing is what confuses me, because I think it looks cool with, like, her little crop top she has going on there, but then you get lower, and then you look at it, and it's just like, I can only picture it as a swimsuit. I cannot visualize how else that's supposed to go, so it just looks kind of awkward to me personally, so that's why I wanted to, like, just fill in that area, you know? I also wanted to keep, like, the M on her belt, because I thought that was fine, but I didn't like the M that was on her shirt. You'll see this later when I'm doing the coloring, but I was trying to figure out, like, what else to put on there, but because I didn't know, like, what's her personality in this version, I ended up just going with a triangle, because I didn't know what else to do. That's another reason why I want to come back and redo these designs at a different point, because there are some stuff that I would like to have more context on so that I have a better idea of how to change it. But as for something like her hair, I already knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to give her messy buns. I do not like her hair being these spiky triangles. I'm not shaming if you do like that. It's just not my personal favorite thing, and I thought she would look a lot cuter with some messy buns, you know? I do love messy buns. Almost as much as I love leg warmers. I'm really just giving Musa, like, all the stuff that I personally like on a design. But anyways, I also did give her some arm sweatbands. I don't know why, I just thought she looked good with them. But anyways, Musa does have, like, my favorite color palette out of everybody in the WINX Club. I love it. It's blue, it's pink, it looks great. But of course, I had to figure out the colors a bit, like, off camera, because I realized her and Tecna have very similar color palettes. They have pink, they have this whitish gray thing, and they have blue. So I had to make sure I changed it up so that they would have different shades of those colors. Alright, so I forgot to hit record when I was doing the line art on Stella And when I realized that, I felt like I was dying inside. So you're just gonna get to see me figuring out Stella's colors instead. For her outfit, I was just trying to like mix together stuff I saw on her original design with her new design, and this is how it turned out. This is what I mean when I say I would like to have a second take at these things, because like learning what her personality is like in the show could like drastically change how I would have drawn her in like what outfit. But for now, this is what I settled on. You're seeing me trying to figure out her colors. Like at first I was trying to like give her sunset colors, or work out the colors incorporated in her current design for the reboot. But then I was like, oh no, I think I'm gonna use some more orange, and it ended up looking a lot like her fairy design in the original show, which I like. Seeing what I can of her fairy design in the reboot, it does look different. So, like, incorporating stuff from her original fairy design, I think that's cool. But eventually, I did end up going with green, because I thought, oh, green, that's a Stella color, and I loved it. I loved having this pastel green mixed in with some orange and just a little hint of like a pastel red purple color. But yeah, these are the designs. I hope you enjoy, because I certainly had fun doing this. Like I said, at some point, maybe I would definitely like to give this a second go, but for now, these are their designs. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Have a lovely day, and please don't trash on the reboot before it comes out. Like, it's clear they're doing their best. I just wanted to do this for fun, and I'm excited to see what they do with the actual reboot, you know? Bye!